Hello guys, welcome to my very first video. We're going to be doing a mid-market update, just kind of telling you what to buy, what not to buy, what I'm picking up, and what you probably shouldn't pick up. I feel like there's a lot of investors telling you to pick up random stuff that's new and not really looking at the bigger long-term picture of what it means to really put money away into Pokemon and watch it grow, right? That's the whole point of this. Um, if you're into Pokemon for investing solely, I wouldn't really recommend that. I do think you should have some interest in it in general, and you should have some understanding of previous sets and previous eras instead of just hyper focusing on what is currently trending and what modern is all about, right? And while it's cool to rip the newest stuff, like don't get me wrong, I love ripping Destined Rivals. I ripped a box earlier this weekend, and that was super fun. And I've ripped a lot of prismatic. It's been very fun to rip it, right? If you have the money to do so, go for it. Hopefully at market price, I hope. Um, but in terms of long-term investing, guys, these are not the prices that we want to get into for this. And I think a lot of people don't have faith in the Pokemon company to reprint sets, and they also don't have faith in the market in general to correct these prices. Now, you have to understand that Pokemon is the largest grossing franchise in the world. And while they are incompetent in many ways, especially if you are a gamer and you play the Pokemon games, you'll know that the TCG is not so incompetent. They know when to reprint things and when to keep supply high. You might say, oh, rip and shippers, oh, this and that. I don't know. I don't really agree. I think Pokemon has seen booms before and they know what to do, and that's called reprints. Reprints will be coming to Prismatic Evolutions, ETBs. They will come. You might think that this is the floor. Guys, 95 is not the floor for an ETB that just released 6 months ago. Trust me, this will fall even further. And if you bought in some of these higher prices, I would hold on. Just hold on to what you have. Wait until it reaches a even further down floor, which I believe it will reach MSRP at some point. Probably for just a little bit, and then it'll bounce back up, right? But right now, no. Do not buy more prismatic. No, do not buy Destined Rivals Elite Trainer boxes for $85. That is a scam. Do not buy Destined Rivals booster boxes for $250. If you can find them at MSRP and you want to hold them, definitely go for it. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't hold it long term. That's the whole point of this hobby. But if you have the chance of getting a Destined Rivals booster box for MSRP, I would actually highly recommend you move that into other products that I'm going to talk about here. The products that other investors are telling you you shouldn't really look at, or maybe they're not even mentioning it at all. Are you going to buy a Surging Sparks booster box? A set that came out less than a year ago, and is more likely to get a reprint, especially since this is the set that I think Pokemon kind of thinks maybe set it off. This set is definitely getting a reprint. Let's be honest, right? We have not seen the last of this box, so this is definitely going to come down again at some point. Paldea Evolved, maybe a little different scenario. If you bought a lot of Paldea Evolved boxes, I would probably hold on to what you have because we have no idea if we're going to get another reprint of the box specifically. It might just be bundles or something else. So hold on to the boxes you have, but I wouldn't necessarily be jumping to buy in at this price, right? I'm not so confident that this kind of ultra modern box can maintain its value. Now, what I will tell you to invest in for just $30 more, or maybe it's 50 now. Okay, I think the price went up. But for just $50 more, you can pick up a Silver Tempest box. Guys, this is a product that is completely out of print. Silver Tempest is never ever going to get another reprint. It's just not happening, right? How they evolved, there actually is a case for it to be made that this could get another reprint. Obviously, the size of which may not be huge, but it still could get one. Silver Tempest, there is no way it's getting a reprint. Not only that, but it's an amazing set. Super undervalued right now. Guys, you need to be picking this up. Don't pick up a Prismatic Evolutions ETB at $100. Pay a little premium. Oh wow, Crown Zenith is actually gone up even more than when I last checked it. Pay a little premium and get some Crown Zenith. This is not getting reprinted again, guys. I feel like a lot of these Pokemon investors, they fail to realize that reprints are coming. They will always come. Pokemon is an insanely large company. They have some of the smartest people running their businesses. They're not going to just let all this demand fizzle out without putting up a fight. They're not going to let all this demand just fall away and not profit off of it. Maybe they have some kind of long-term plan to slowly release products so that the hype keeps building up, but that's just not sustainable. And I think they know that. I think at some point they're going to fill the market with a ton of product. And some of you guys are going to be caught holding the bag. If you bought Destined Rivals at $250, you need to get out of it right now. I'm going to be completely honest. You need to move that money into other places. I was able to snag a few DR boxes for MSRP, and I immediately moved them into other sets. I moved them into Paldean Fates. I moved it into some Sword and Shield era stuff. And you can tell that people aren't even thinking. They aren't even thinking about these old Sword and Shield sets, except for Evolving Skies. Because if you look at the best-selling stuff on TCG Player, it's all just going to be the most hyped, most ultra-modern stuff. Look at this. Destined Rivals, Prismatic, 151, Prismatic. 151 actually, I wouldn't say is the worst pickup. I don't know how many more bundle reprints we're going to get. I think it's the first specialty set of SV, so not too sure about that. My cost basis for that is pretty low, so I might pick up some more. We'll see. But you can see Surging Sparks. Evolving Skies is like, what, the only Sword and Shield product on here? Paldea Evolved is maybe the oldest Scarlet and Violet set on here in just the first page of best-selling stuff. Okay, let's go to the second page. Do we see any Sword and Shield? Any Sword and Shield? Any Sword and Shield? Nope. We see Journey Together ETBs. No Sword and Shield boxes, guys. Third page, let's see. Oh, there we go. Finally, we see Silver Tempest. Somehow below Shrouded Fable. Somehow below Shrouded Fable, guys. If we scroll down even more, let's see. Can we even find... Wow, we see Obsidian Flames and Stellar Crown. I think this is going to be above Crown Zenith. Insane, guys. Insane. Nobody is looking at Crown Zenith. And I mean, I'm saying that, and like, it definitely seems like it's getting bought out right now. But, guys, these are places where PokeTubers are not necessarily telling you to look in these spots. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of a Chilling Reign hater. I'm not gonna endorse this set too much. I actually think Silver Tempest has a lot more going for it. It has a Lugia and it has a Rayquaza alt art. I feel like that kind of blows away the Blaziken from Chilling Reign. I mean, I love Blaziken, but God, that art it's ugly. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just ugly. Yeah, you have to scroll like super far down to see anything that's not Evolving Skies from Sword and Shield. And I'm telling you, Sword and Shield is going to go down as one of the best eras of all time. Of all time. And the fact that these boxes are so far, the fact that you have to scroll so far down to see them tells you that the market is not focused, and that represents a buying opportunity. Now, if you already have Crown Zenith, you already bought a few boxes at MSRP, I would actually recommend you buy a few more, maybe bring your dollar cost average buy price up a bit, but that's okay because the eventual profits that you will make will go up. I definitely can see Crown Zenith hitting at least 200 in the next few months, probably 300 by the end of the year, and like Lost Origin, I think actually is also still underrated. I would still buy Lost Origin. Celebrations, I might buy a single ETB, just a single ETB. If you want to buy the UPC, you can. I'm not the biggest fan of Celebrations. I don't think the set is that great, but it's not a bad pickup for sure. I think compared to buying Ultra Modern at super inflated prices, I would definitely go for that. Lost Origin ETBs, guys, if you remember, Target was selling these for $35. Darkness Ablaze, I would avoid. In my opinion, I think the only Sword and Shield sets you should really go for are sets with alt arts. Oh, this is another thing I wanted to talk about. I actually am not seeing any here, but you can see obviously the Black Bolt and White Flare bundles came out today on PC at Pokemon Center. Congrats if you got some. I was able to get two, one of each. But guys, what I'm not seeing any of are the booster bundles. Oh, I see Crown Zenith booster bundles. Very nice. Brilliant Stars, also super underrated set. I actually picked up another box of Brilliant Stars recently because I bought it at MSRP. I only bought one box because when I first got into the hobby, I didn't know that this stuff was going to go up forever. It was more of an experiment. And now that I've seen it's gone up to 400, I'm like, shit, I need to buy more, right? Like, I need to. Brilliant Stars, I know the PC ETB as well is a pretty cheap, honestly, compared to what it should be. Battle Styles, dude, Battle Styles is a certified pickup. If we're comparing Battle Styles to a Destined Rivals box, I'm sorry, but I would pick Battle Styles every day of the week. And you might think, wow, that's such a stupid idea. Why would you ever pick Battle Styles? You know, one of the worst sets in Scarlet and Violet history over Destined Rivals, one of the best sets in SV era. Guys, you have to understand, it's not about the set value in some cases. In some cases, it's about the time that these sets have been out, right? Destined Rivals just came out. It just came out a few months ago, and it has plenty of time to see reprints. It has plenty of time to see that price point go down and for you to get a better entry price, right? Not only that, but if you are holding on to this Destined Rival box for months, a year, 2 years, it is not going to double its money. It's just not going to happen, guys. This set is going to keep getting reprints. How is this going to double its money in that time? It just doesn't make sense. What does make sense, though, is that an out-of-print set with some pretty decent alt arts, let's be honest, the Tyranitar is pretty cool, the Empoleon is cool. I'm not the biggest Urshifu fan, but I don't know, like, I think some of the alt arts are cool, right? Like, guys, Battle Styles has an infinitely higher chance to double than Destined Rivals does in the next year. And so you have to ask this question, is where is your money better placed, right? Is it better placed in a box that is probably going to sit at 200 maybe for the next few months? Maybe it doesn't go down to MSRP, I don't know. Like, I guess anything could technically happen, but like, is it really better spent, you know, just sitting here at 250, 230, maybe it goes up to 270, right? But it's going to keep getting reprints, so this price is going to keep getting pushed down regardless of what technically happens. In my humble opinion, I think it's go down to MSRP, honestly. So I would not buy this, but I know a lot of people disagree with me with that. But guys, in my opinion, Battle Styles is a huge, like, super underrated pickup, right? And especially if you compare the price points, I would much rather buy a Battle Styles box. And if you have a little extra cash, I would actually definitely rather pick up a Silver Tempest box. That's super good. Now, one thing I also want to talk about that I think is really undervalued right now are booster bundles. So if we look up Silver Tempest bundles, and I believe these came out with Lost Origin, if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I believe that bundles were introduced in the Lost Origin set. Guys, bundles are a super solid pickup. Not only are they going to be easier to move in the future, because not everyone can afford to buy a booster box to rip some packs, but they also take up a very small amount of space. You have to think of storage too, right? When you start building up a sizable collection, it is really important to make sure you have the space for it. And guys, for $80, if you have no exposure to Lost Origin, this is not a bad buy-in. Especially if you bought some before. I mean, I bought some at MSRP. I might actually pick up a few now at 85. I could easily see this going even higher. Silver Tempest, I think, is super underrated. I don't know if it's... I'm pretty sure you can find this on Hills Wholesale for 50 or 55, which is $10 below this market price, or $5 below. I don't know. Okay, I think like $10 below market price here. Silver Tempest booster bundles, guys, super underrated pickup. If you can find Sword and Shield bundles, is it actually only Lost Origin and Silver Tempest that have these? I think it is, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think only Sword and Shield and Lost Origin have bundles. Guys, Lost Origin and Silver Tempest bundles are actually super underrated. This is a huge pickup for me. I already have a lot of these. Because once booster boxes started to get expensive, I looked towards these bundles and I picked up a ton of them. I picked up so much because they were lagging behind. And that's another thing that I think a lot of investors, you guys need to look out for, is what products are lagging behind in the general market. What things are undervalued, right? And I think a lot of the Sword and Shield era products, compared to the price that Scarlet and Violet is at now, are super undervalued. There is no world where Paldea Evolved should be $300 while Silver Tempest is $350, right? And I'm not saying Paldea Evolved is a bad set. I think it's a very good set. I think it's a very solid set. I don't think it's the best set of Scarlet and Violet, but I don't think Silver Tempest is the best set of Sword and Shield. And I think Silver Tempest has some of the best chase cards that we've ever seen. The Lugia, the Rayquaza with the Zinnia on it, with the trainer gallery. I mean, I love Zinnia as a character. I'm a big Oras guy, so maybe I just, have a bit of nostalgia there. But like, guys, Silver Tempest, guys, you have the Lugia, a huge chase card, Rayquaza, amazing chase card. This Blaziken, I think, is actually better than the Chilling Rain Blaziken. Fight me about it. I think it looks way better. I hate that Chilling Rain Blaziken. I think both these cards are way better. Cool Superior card. Regidrago's unknown is cool. Silver Tempest, like overall, is a very solid set, right? And guys, like again, look at this time frame, right? Whenever we are in the most ultra modern stuff, like right now we are in this top row of stuff. And in fact, I believe everything here could still technically get reprinted. Technically, right? We're still seeing 151 reprints. I don't know if we're seeing Obsidian Flame reprints yet. I think I heard some things about SV base boxes getting reprinted. I don't know much about that. Technically, everything here could get reprinted. We know for sure 151 is getting heavy reprints, right? Because they seem to love reprinting specialty sets. I think 151 is going to get a ton of reprints going into the future with Blooming Waters and stuff. Prismatic is going to share the same fate as 151. These ETBs they're gonna go down to MSRP and they're gonna bounce back up. But when it hits MSRP, guys, you need to buy into Prismatic. Okay, this is a time-sensitive matter. And if you don't care about that and you just want to buy now and hold, sure, buy some Prismatic at this price point. I think it's gonna go down though, if you just be patient. But guys, stop looking at SV. I'm trying to tell you, guys, you need to focus on Sword and Shield right now because these prices are going to jump before you realize. I mean, we already saw it with Fusion Strike. We already saw it with Evolving. Battle Styles is severely under it. There is no world where Vivid Voltage should be at the same price as Battle Styles. I'm sorry, but Vivid Voltage is an objectively worse set in every metric. Guys, look at this. This is a horrible chase card. It's funny, but nobody likes Rainbow Rares. Let's be honest, nobody likes Rainbow Rares. Oh, I actually pulled this Nessa. It's a cool Nessa card. Guys, Tyranitar V, this shit is way cooler. Empoleon V doing the pose with all the phalanx and the Mienfoo. Come on, guys. Like, it's just objectively a million times better. And if I look at these, I believe, yeah, like it's almost the exact same price for those same boxes, right? Do not buy Vivid Voltage. Buy some Battle Styles. And honestly, I think Brilliant Stars is another one that's super underrated. I mean, you have this amazing Charizard, you have an Umbreon, you have a Sylveon, you have amazing. I'm a huge Mimikyu head. I love Mimikyu. Cool Arceus card. Like, I mean, come on. Like this Zekrom looks amazing. This Vaporeon Trainer Gallery is awesome. So many Flareon. I mean, so many sick cards, right? Still only 413. Only 150. Only $50 more for a PC exclusive Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer box. Now, I remember when these were still on Pokemon Center, I was buying tons of these. I have some of them now still. If I'm being honest, I did open a few of them. I liked opening Brilliant Stars. It's a good set. Brilliant Stars ETBs, again, I would much rather buy this for 90 than buy Prismatic for 90, because this set is not going to get reprinted again, guys. Your money, okay, when you're investing, right, you want your money to work for you. You don't want to have it just sit there and depreciate, or you have to wait multiple years for it to really go up. That's not the point of investing. Now, if you just like the box of Destined Rivals or Prismatic and you want to see it on your collection, go for it, right? Then that's a collector's item. But if you're in it for investing, why are you buying in at these price points? Why are you buying in at $100? It just doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to buy in at $100, buy something like that you know for sure will actually have a chance of going up in value. And look, if you think, oh man, maybe I'll spend $250 for a Searching Sparks box. Like, Searching Sparks is a really good set. Yes, you're right. Searching Sparks is an amazing set. It's a great set. But is it Evolving Skies level? You could just buy a Evolving Skies ETB for $50 more. Wouldn't that be worth more money? Guys, have you seen Tag Team? Do you know where Tag Team ETBs are right now? Or sorry, Team Up. Do you see where Team Up ETBs are right now? Look at this. How this set value is almost identical, even though one is in a completely different era. Guys, this is insane. Guys, there is just no world where you are spending $250 on Pokemon products to invest in, and you're not buying Sword and Shield era stuff. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you could go and buy some Sun and Moon stuff. You know, you could say to me, hey, you're telling me to buy late. Just buy some Cosmic Eclipse. Let me buy some Unified Minds. Honestly, I think Cosmic Eclipse too has room to grow. I think there's a lot of room to grow with this booster box. Also, I think there's a ton of... Wait, how is this ETB $700? Oh no, they probably just didn't print much of it. I'll be honest, chat. I kind of quit during Sun and Moon and early Scarlet and Sword and Shield. Like I was not in it for a lot of this. I opened a lot of Crimson Invasion. I opened a lot of Guardians Rising. I think I still have my Guardians Rising box opened, obviously, not sealed. I was a kid back then. Like I still have a lot of this stuff, but anyway, I just want to make this video. I feel like a lot of the investors, I mean, yes, they're talking about Destined Rivals and Prismatic because that's kind of like the big talking points. But if you want to be a real investor and you really want your money to work for you, do not invest in these hyper modern sets, guys. You have to go backwards. You want your profits to roll into each other and to build up over time instead of sitting in dead money sets. This is going to be dead money, right? And you can take whatever Sword and Shield profits you get to buy the new set. If you just want to rip Prismatic, dude, honestly, all the power to you. Buy some Crown Zenith ETBs and sell them when they double in price, because at that point, I'm sure Prismatic will be at MSRP or below what it is right now. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of people telling us that Prismatic is never going to MSRP, Surging Sparks is never going to MSRP, Journey Together is never going to MSRP, because if all of them are above MSRP, then how can any of them reach MSRP? Guys, all it takes is a lot of people to be shaken out of the hobby, maybe over the summer, maybe generally Pokemon cards just aren't as interesting anymore, just literally anything like that to happen, or just an insane amount of the new set being pumped out, and then when they do the next set, a lot of that being pumped out, and people shift their focus, and people kind of lose interest, or they stop realizing that Prismatic Evolutions is the hot new thing, and Pokemon keeps reprinting it. They keep reprinting it because they know that people are going to buy it even at MSRP, even if it's abundant, even if it's everywhere. I guarantee you guys, you will be able to find Prismatic Evolutions in stores and nearby at some point in the future. It feels kind of dumb to act like a billion-dollar company cannot effectively manage getting product out to people. Like, this isn't just a small, clothing shop that's doing limited drops and everything gets scalped to the ground, guys. This is a huge company. This is a huge company, guys. They know what they're doing. I feel like if you think Pokemon is incompetent and can't print enough to meet the current demand and the current hype cycle, then I just don't think you've seen what's happened in previous Pokemon markets. You haven't seen what happens when Sword and Shield gets into a lull and these boxes reach $80. Chilling Reign was $80. Fusion Strike was $80. Nobody wanted this shit. Guys, I remember going to vending machines, Paldean Fates, Crown Zenith. All these ETBs are just stocked to the brim. Guys, I was buying so many ETBs from those vending machines, and now when I go, everything is gone. But don't worry, we will get to a point where it is back like that again. But yeah, I don't think we should hyperfixate on the newer sets. I really think we need to focus on some of the older sets. And yeah, that's kind of it for this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I do want to do daily uploads and just also show off what collection I have right now. Yeah, let me know what I should do in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later.